so many hacks. Some of them have to get hooked.
Yeah.
Number 5, 4-pounder.
That's what we've been catching today. No monsters, but still out here having fun, learning. And we're still catching fish. That's the main thing, just not the ones we're after. Today I'm out here dragging some baits for blue cats out here on Taylorsville Lake. So far we've only caught small fish, but I wanted to take a minute to tell you guys about the rod holders that I use. I get a lot of questions about the rod holders that I use, and I want to show you why I use this particular rod holder. So let's get right to it. So one thing I want to mention, and remember this is just my opinion, never use a rod holder for catfishing that's anything less than a 1/2 inch stem. These big catfish hit so hard sometimes you can't even get the rod out of the rod holder. The last thing you want to happen is that big one to bite and your rod holder, rod and all, go flying in the water with it. But these right here, you're not going to break these off. If you have a fish break this off, and you're probably not fishing fresh water. So the rod holders I have on my boat, they're made by Monster Rod Holders. The ones I like the best are the 33-45 models. And although he doesn't advertise them as working in 0 degrees, I use them in 0 degrees all the time. When I'm anchor fishing, I got my rods in the 45-degree angle most of the time, 90% of the time probably. But when I come out here and drift fish, sometimes I put it in the 33 degrees. Sometimes I put it in the 45, especially pulling planer boards. Sometimes I'll put one in the 33 and I'll have the one beside of it in the 45. Today, the way we got our board spread out, we're running them all in 45. So we're fishing shallow water today. But a lot of times if I'm in deeper water, 20 foot or deeper, I'll suspend a couple rods while I'm pulling planer boards. And what I'll actually do, guys, is put 2 rods in one rod holder. I'll put one in there at the 45 and I'll put one in there in 0. And I'll show you what I mean right here. So we got one rod in there at 45 degrees. And like I said, he doesn't advertise them as working in a 0 degree angle. But if you put your rod straight in there and let it fall, you've got a 0 degree angle. And I got 2 rods in one rod holder. I don't know how you can really top that. I wouldn't recommend casting a rod out and putting it in the rod holder like this, although I don't think it would ever go anywhere. But if you're fishing straight down under the boat, suspended, the more pressure a fish puts on that rod, the tighter it's going to get in here. There's no chance of that coming out right there. The guy that makes them, Steve Douglas, I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with him. So I've been watching him on YouTube since I was in high school. I told him that. He said it made him feel old, but I guess he's somebody I've always looked up to. So when I got ready to buy some rod holders, it was a no-brainer. He's a great guy, does a lot for the sport of fishing. So you can get these rod holders at monsterrodholders.com, or you can go to Amazon. And you can get them on Amazon. He's got several different styles available other than the ones I use. He actually just came out with a new rod holder that does 0.33, that is a real compact size. So if you don't like the bigger rod holders like this, he offers some smaller compact ones now that'll basically do the same thing. If you don't like this color, this is the original color, that the original Monster colors. But he does have several other colors available. If you're not a fan of the red and black, he's got a long list of products on his website other than rod holders. Here's one of his rods right here. You can see that this one's dirty. I've had it for years, but you can see it matches the rod holders. Got a little green in there. But he's got some really good stuff on his website other than the rod holders. I'll put a link in the description where you can get them at below. If you're in the market for some rod holders, I really don't see how you can top these. In my opinion, it's the most versatile rod holder on the market. And we're home. Oh! Come reel this fish in. Is it bigger? Oh yeah, definitely a big one. That's the nicest fish of the day right there. That's not saying much, but that is the nicest one of the day. I want to thank you guys for watching. God bless you guys. We're going to put this fish back in and get out of here. We'll see you in the next video.